The sound of champagne glasses clinking felt sharper than it should have, like glass cutting through bone. I sat across from Maya, my wife of 8 years, as she stood among our friends, her smile glowing under the golden restaurant lights. My heart was already unsteady from the way she'd been acting all night. The too bright laughter, the lingering glances at her phone, the way she kept touching her necklace like it burned. Then she raised her glass. "To new rules," she said, her voice steady but teasing. "For my husband." A ripple of laughter broke around the table. Her friends, people I'd known for years, laughed the way people do when they're relieved it's not about them. I forced a smile. "New rules," I said. "That sounds serious." She turned, lips curling. "Don't worry, Daniel. Just a few updates for this phase of marriage. A girl's gotta evolve, right?" More laughter. Someone clapped. But in her eyes something flickered, something that didn't match her grin. Dinner should have been a celebration. Our anniversary. 8 years. I'd planned everything, the restaurant, the music, even the wine from our honeymoon vineyard. I wanted to remind her of us, the version of us before the tired silences and late-night arguments. But instead, the night felt staged, rehearsed, like she'd shown up for a performance I didn't know we were having. She leaned in close to her friend, whispering something, both of them glancing at me. The laughter again. Sharp. Distant. I clenched my fork until my knuckles went white. Don't overthink it. That's what I told myself. She was just joking. She always joked too much when she was nervous. But then her phone lit up beside her plate. A name flashed. Eli Crescent Moon. My stomach dropped. I tried to look away, but my eyes caught the message preview before she flipped it over. "Can't believe you're actually doing it tonight. Brave girl." The rest of the night felt like drowning with a smile on. Every word blurred. Every laugh scraped. I stared at her, wondering how long it had been, how long she'd been planning this. The toasts. The new rules. The secret she carried so easily in her pocket. When dessert came, she stood again, tapping her glass. "All right, one last toast before we call it a night," she said. "To change." Her tone softened. "To letting go of what doesn't work anymore. And to honesty, even when it hurts." I heard the room sigh. I think someone murmured, "Beautiful." But my chest burned. My heartbeat was thunder. I stood. The movement surprised even me. She froze, smile faltering. "Daniel." "My turn," I said quietly. "Since we're toasting to honesty." The table fell silent. I looked around, seeing faces, our friends, people who'd watched us build a life together. People who didn't know it was already crumbling. I lifted my glass. My voice didn't shake, though my hands wanted to. To the truth. To realizing that sometimes, when someone says they're evolving, they really mean they've already left. The air thickened. Maya's lips parted, but no sound came. "And to Eli," I said, each word cutting cleanly, for giving her the courage to admit it. The silence that followed was alive. Electric. I could hear the soft hum of the air conditioner. The clink of a fork dropped too quickly. Someone muttered something under their breath. Maya's face drained of color. "Daniel, please." "No," I said quietly. "You made the rules tonight. I'm just following them." I put the glass down and walked out before she could speak again. Outside, the night air was cold. Real. My breath came in shaky bursts as I leaned against the car. My reflection in the window looked like a stranger. Eyes hollow, mouth caught between rage and heartbreak. For a moment I wanted to turn back. To demand answers. To scream. But I didn't. Because deep down I already knew them. The late meetings. The locked phone. The sudden interest in self-discovery weekends. I'd seen the signs. I just refused to name them. Inside, I could hear muffled voices, her friends' shock, her excuses. I wondered if Eli would text her now. If he'd tell her he was proud. My phone buzzed. A message from her. "I'm sorry. It wasn't supposed to come out like that." I typed, erased, then finally wrote. "It never does." Then I drove. That night I didn't go home. I parked by the old bridge where we'd taken our engagement photos. The city lights shimmered on the water, bending and warping like memories too bright to touch. I replayed everything in my head, the first time she said she loved me, the way she used to trace circles on my chest when she couldn't sleep, the night she told me I made her feel safe. And now? Now she toasted to new rules. I realized something painful and quiet then. Love doesn't always die with hatred. Sometimes it dies with exhaustion, with slow neglect, with too many almost conversations. She hadn't meant to humiliate me. Not exactly. She'd just outgrown the version of us I was still clinging to. But knowing that didn't make it hurt less. It made it worse. Because it meant she'd left me long before I noticed she was gone. The next morning, I found her sitting on the porch when I finally drove home. Her eyes were swollen, her hair a mess. She looked small. "I don't have excuses," she said softly. "Just reasons." I sat beside her silent. "I didn't mean to hurt you," she whispered. "I just felt invisible." Eli listened. He made me feel seen again. Tears stung my eyes, but I didn't let them fall. "You could have told me," I said. "We could have fixed it." She shook her head. "I think we stopped fixing things a long time ago." The wind moved between us. Cold. Final. After a while I stood. "Then maybe it's time we stop pretending." She nodded, eyes glistening. I walked inside, the air heavy with memories, and started packing a bag. Every sound, the zipper, the creak of the floor, the rustle of clothes, felt like the closing of a book. Not with anger. Not even with hatred. Just an ending that had been waiting too long to arrive.